Stephen stood backstage, heart pounding like a drum solo. He could feel the sweat trickling down his forehead, his hands trembling uncontrollably. The noise of the crowd was a distant roar, but in his mind it was deafening. He had practiced for this moment countless times, yet nothing could prepare him for the real thing. He peeked through the curtain, his eyes wide with a mix of excitement and terror. The stage looked enormous from where he stood, and the bright lights made it seem even more intimidating. A sea of faces stared back. Each pair of eyes seemed to pierce through him, making his heart race even faster. He could see the curiosity and expectation in their expressions, and it only added to the pressure. Taking a deep breath, Stephen walked onto the stage. The spotlight blinded him, making it hard to see anything beyond the first few rows. He felt like a deer caught in headlights, frozen and vulnerable. He fumbled for the microphone, his fingers slipping on the cold metal. Silence filled the room, a heavy, suffocating silence that made his throat tighten. He could hear his own breathing, loud and ragged. Then Stephen opened his mouth to sing, but nothing came out. His voice was trapped somewhere deep inside, refusing to emerge. Panic set in, and he felt his legs start to shake. The silence stretched on forever. Finally, someone coughed. Then another person giggled. The sound of their reactions was like a dagger to his heart, each laugh a reminder of his failure. Soon the whole audience was laughing. Stephen's cheeks burned with embarrassment, his face turning a deep shade of red. He felt like he was shrinking, wanting to disappear from the spotlight. He just wanted to disappear. The weight of his dreams felt like a burden too heavy to bear. He had imagined this moment so differently, but now it was a nightmare. He ran off the stage, his dream of singing fame seemingly crushed. The laughter of the audience echoed in his ears as he fled, each step feeling like a mile. Stephen's heart was heavy, his spirit broken, as he disappeared into the shadows backstage. Back in his room, Stephen felt awful. He couldn't shake the feeling of disappointment that had settled in his chest. The echoes of his failed performance still rang in his ears, making him cringe every time he thought about it. He tossed his microphone onto his bed with a frustrated sigh. It felt like a symbol of his failure, a reminder of what he couldn't achieve. "I'll never be a singer," he sighed, feeling the weight of those words. It was a dream he had held onto for so long, but now it seemed so far out of reach. He opened his closet and stared at his collection of funny hats. Each hat had a story, a memory of a time when he felt confident and happy. Stephen loved making silly voices and telling jokes while wearing his hats. It was his way of escaping reality, of becoming someone else, even if just for a little while. But he only did it alone in his room. The fear of being judged or laughed at kept him from sharing this joy with others. He was too shy to let anyone else see. The thought of performing in front of others made his stomach churn with anxiety. He picked up a microphone-shaped hairbrush and belted out a song, pretending he was alone. In those moments he felt free, as if he could conquer the world with his voice. His voice echoed in his room, filling the space with a melody that was both beautiful and bittersweet. It was his secret, his private concert. Maybe he could still sing, just not for other people. For now, singing in private was enough. It was his way of holding on to his dream, even if it was just for himself. One sunny afternoon, Stephen was walking home when he heard music. A crowd had gathered around a street performer. The performer was singing and playing the guitar, his dog howling along. Stephen watched, mesmerized. The performer wasn't the best singer, but he was having so much fun. He didn't care what others thought, and the crowd loved him. They were clapping and smiling. Stephen realized it wasn't just about being the best, it was about sharing your passion, even if it was silly. Section 4. Lights, camera, action. Inspired, Stephen rushed home. He grabbed his microphone, put on his silliest hat, a giant fluffy chicken, and set up his phone to record. He took a deep breath and pressed record. Then he let loose. He sang a funny song about a dancing banana, using different voices for each character. He even got his dog Sparky to bark along at the right moments. When he finished, Stephen watched the video, laughing. It was silly, it was fun, and it was totally him. Section 5. Going viral. Stephen hesitated. Should he share this? What if people laughed at him? But then he remembered the street performer. He took a deep breath and uploaded the video online. He didn't tell anyone, figuring no one would see it anyway. To his surprise, the next morning his phone was buzzing with notifications. His video had gone viral. People loved his silly song and his chicken hat. Thousands of people had watched it, and the numbers were still climbing. Stephen couldn't believe it. He was internet famous. Section 6. Dream big and share it. This is the story of Stephen, a young dreamer with a heart full of ambition and a mind brimming with creativity. He always believed that dreams were meant to be shared, no matter how quirky or unconventional they might seem. Messages poured in from all over the world. People from different countries and cultures reached out to Stephen, eager to connect and share their own dreams and stories. It was a beautiful exchange of ideas and emotions. People sent him funny videos, drawings, and even fan mail. Each message was a testament to the impact Stephen had on their lives. They appreciated his authenticity and the joy he brought into their world. Stephen realized that by being himself, he had inspired others to do the same. He saw that his willingness to embrace his true self encouraged others to let go of their fears and express their own unique identities. He learned a valuable lesson. It's okay to be silly, to laugh at yourself, and to enjoy the little moments of life. These moments of joy and laughter are what make life truly special. It's okay to be different, to stand out in a crowd, and to embrace the qualities that make you unique. Diversity is what makes the world a richer and more vibrant place. And it's okay to share your dreams with the world, no matter how big or small. Every dream has the potential to inspire and create change, and sharing them can lead to unexpected and wonderful connections. Never be afraid to let your true self shine. Your light can brighten someone else's path and give them the courage to follow their own dreams. Stephen declared in his next video, "Always be yourself and never be afraid to show the world who you truly are." You never know who you might inspire. Your actions, no matter how small, can have a ripple effect and touch the lives of many. And with that, he put on his chicken hat and started to sing, his voice filled with joy and his heart brimming with happiness. A big, goofy grin on his face, he sang with all his heart, knowing that his happiness was contagious and that it would bring smiles to others. He was living proof that sometimes the best things in life happen when you just be yourself. Stephen's journey showed that authenticity and joy are powerful forces that can change the world, one smile at a time.